Hey, good afternoon, Justice Warriors. It is just about a quarter after 3 on, let's see, it's still Tuesday, November 22nd, according to my handy dandy computer. So I just wanted to come back on today and add a couple of things to my list of over 50 coincidences or commonalities between the cases with Ms. Kiely Rodni and Ms. Trinity Backus. I always like to make my disclaimer that everything I say is simply my opinion and it's simply for the sake of conversation and hopefully education. So sometimes it's entertaining and it is made specifically for the YouTube true crime community. So, which I am extremely happy to be a part of. You know, it's really about truth. It's really about justice. It's really about, I think, fighting for our rights and fighting for the rights of others, especially people who have been victimized and are not able to fight for themselves. So here we've got these two teenage girls. I made my list of over 50 things that the two cases have in common of their disappearances and tragic deaths. Neither of the original flyers for their missing persons cases had the actual pictures of them taken from that day in their outfits that they actually disappeared in, even though both of those young women had been photographed that day in those outfits. So, why would that be? Why would they omit something so crucial? It's just mind-boggling. It's also mind-boggling some of the coincidences that I did not mention, like a P.O. Box 309, and I want to give credit to CNY Family. She was the one who dug this up. That post office box in Truckee, 309, has Jagger's mother's name on it, Kimberly Westfall. Also, maybe Sammy Smith's father, it looks like, Kevin James Smith. And then there's a few other people, and one of them, his name is Joseph Horvath. I don't know why that name would be important, but it seems as though Joseph Horvath might be the owner of the house that Trinity Backus disappeared from the night she passed away. 18633 Kentucky Ravine Road there in Nevada City. Oh. So what is the commonality with these people? And the post office box has connections to many water companies. So is it all just a big grow operation? Is that it? That's simply it's all just a bunch of like cartel crap and these girls are dead and it has to be whitewashed and covered up and no concern because you gotta protect the money, the source. Is it all that simple? It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. You know, there is a chance that one or both of these girls were abducted, right? Potentially. So that's another potential commonality. I don't know. I don't know. I have many times brought up the movie Alpha Dog, and I just think that it is possibly very similar to what happened in Ms. Kiely Rodni's case, potentially even what happened in Ms. Trinity Backus's case, and potentially not. Potentially neither one of these girls was abducted. Even if neither of them were abducted, I still think that the story has a lot of relevancy with what happened to Nick Markowitz. I wrote his name down because I had it incorrect yesterday. I think I said Rabinowitz. Nicholas Markowitz was the 15-year-old that Jesse James Hollywood had kidnapped without the intention of hurting him. However, he ended up dead 3 days later, and then it took 6 years in order to get Jesse James Hollywood arrested and convicted. And that was only because Nicholas's family fought so hard. So, in either of these cases, are Trinity and Kiely's families going to be fighting for justice? And I'm not saying that they were abducted, I'm just asking a simple question. I mean, the most alarming thing to me about both of these cases is that the families, the moms, don't want anybody to ask any questions. Like, that's just creepy. Why? Why? What are you hiding? What are you afraid of? I mean, wouldn't you want to leave no stone unturned, look around every corner and find out exactly what happened to your loved one? It just doesn't make sense. And the other thing that doesn't make sense is why has the fight video from the night that Kiely Rodni disappeared at the Prosser family campground party, why has that fight video never surfaced? Why is the fight that Kiely was in with, I think it was Sammy probably, why is that so top secret? Why is that talked about and then not talked about? Why? A lot of different stories, a lot of inaccurate stories, a lot of misleading stories. It's just not okay. You know, the truth will come out. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So, you know, people are talking about tomorrow being the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and maybe some of these kids coming back from colleges coming into town to visit their families, and that maybe something is brewing that I don't know. I don't know. There's just kind of like a buzz, a rumbling. So we can only hope. We can only hope for something to break on this case. I mean, on these two cases. I'm speaking to the Kiely Rodni case, really. I mean, that case has just been so long, so wrong. So long, so wrong. And then with Ms. Trinity Backus's case, that's just been, what, 3 weeks? And none of it seems right. None of it seems right. So, you know, we can ask some questions like what's going on with Trinity's autopsy? Is that, um, are there any preliminary findings that are going to be revealed? Her celebration of life, memorial service. So sad. It's just so disgusting. These children, these minors, should not be losing their lives. And when lives are lost, it's important to find out exactly what happened. Is there anyone to be held accountable? Or what were the mistakes made? What was the situation? How can it be prevented from happening again? If those questions are not answered, it's simply a matter of who's next and when, not if. So I'm just hoping that something is on the horizon, perhaps. And, you know, here we are just a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and maybe there'll be something to be thankful for in relationship to these cases and some truth coming out, perhaps. There's always hope. So, on that, I'm going to ask if you don't mind hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing if you feel so inclined, and have a great rest of your afternoon. Take care of yourself, drink your water, eat your protein, your fruits and veggies, and be well. Maintain balance and healthy boundaries, and stay positive, and we will find justice for these girls. I believe we will. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.